come on in the room. Oh, ho, ho, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he write out all of my prescriptions, and he give me all of my medicine in my room. Hey, y'all. Hope all is well. I am back with a story time, and I'm going to be quicker with this one. Okay, so when I tell you this journey called life has been life, and it has been lifing. There's a few things that I experienced that I couldn't talk about because I had to digest it, take it apart, put it back together, do research, find out why this happened, why that happened, how to protect myself. I dive deeper. So a few years ago, I was working with Walmart delivery. The thing about Walmart delivery is that you have the option that you can either leave the groceries on the porch or leave it in the garage or put it in the customer's hand. This customer had on their place in hand. Okay. While I was driving to the house, the area was way away from society, in the back of the woods. I'm talking about like in the back of the boondocks part. When I got to the part where I stopped seeing houses and light poles, I felt some type of way. Someone was like, turn around. And I was like, I want to be Miss Walmart of the Year. The house, I honked the horn. I seen this 80-year-old man came out, and he got like a tick. I don't know if you seen, like, you know, the older people, and they have, hey there, baby, how you doing today? We're sure happy to see you, honey. I appreciate you for bringing this out there to me. So remember that part. So he came to the door, and he opened the door. He was like, you can place it on there on the table. My daughter was with me, and she was getting the water out the trunk. So when I had the bags and, you know, I walked up to the door, he was like, put them in there on the table. And while I'm walking up, put on the table, I hear the door lock. Mind you, my daughter with the water walking to the porch. And so I guess she seen the door like closing. She just put the water on the porch. She just kind of stood there. And I was hoping she would put like 9-1. So just in case she hear me scream, she could push 1. That my daughter was there, and it's not because that, you know, just I had someone with me, which was a good thing, but I was happy that she was there to have this experience because it was needed. She needs to know these things. I feel everyone needs to know. It's why I'm doing this, because it's real. This is real. This is a true story. Thing like that. And he was like, oh, honey, I appreciate you so much. You're helping an old man like me. All my kids are grown, and all of them done left home, and one upstate, one in the army, and it's just me by myself. I'm so thankful Walmart made this delivery. It helps out a 91-year-old man. Now my heart bleeding because I'm like, what? Why, God, would they leave him by himself? You know, so I'm in my feelings now. Like, sir, do you want me to put your canned goods on top of the refrigerator and the thing? You know, I'm trying to, I don't want to try to trip over to try to put nothing up, you know, because, like, why? You love me like that. I had to shake my feelings because I had realized, you know, I had other customers I need to go and, you know, help out at the same time. My daughter was on the porch or whatever. And mind you, it was sunset. The sun was constantly going down. So, while I'm still taking everything out of the bag, I put the phone on the table. Remember that part? Well, I put it on the table so I could have both my hands free. I'm still putting up everything. He came around the corner and he was like, I'm trying to find where my money at because I put it down somewhere and I'm going to give you a tip because you didn't have to do this. I so appreciate it. I said, no. You're okay. You're fine. You don't have to give me no tip. You're A-okay. I'm so happy I'm able to help you. That's all that matters. And I just want to make sure that you're all right. So, no, don't worry about no tip. No, don't. Gas ain't free. You wait right there 1 minute. I was like, yes, sir. but then when he walked up, I was like, my time to go. So I was like, no, you're okay. You're A-okay. Well, I'm saying, okay, I'm walking back to the door. I said, if you want to do it, you can put it on the app if you want to do that, right? He came back around. He's like, oh, I remember. I gave the money to my grandkids. So show me how to do that thing on the app that you said that you could do the tip on the app. Show me. Honey, when I tell you he came back around the corner with no cane, and the little tick was gone. And when I tell you he was moving like a 55-year-old, not a 91-year-old, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. And it's like the more he go back around that corner and come back, it's something different. We're around the corner, the cane disappeared. We're around the corner, the tick disappeared. And the sun started going down. And when he came back around, he walked a little more upright and a little bit faster. He ain't walking like no 91-year-old now. He walking like a 55-year-old. about, his whole life story and the kids and the family and the marriage and how everything, and I'm not being disrespectful and everything. And he's walking closer to me with his phone. And so, I'm thinking I'm finna show him, what's going on. But I'm noticing while he's talking, and the more he coming up to me, his eyes is the type of eyes I ain't never seen before. The part that's white had red lines going through it, and it was like a ring that was around it. And I was like, it's looking different than how it was from the beginning. Something was like changing and transforming. And I was trying to just like figure out like what's going on. And I started feeling real uneasy. And so, I'm to the point where I'm still trying to help out, this 91-year-old man. My spidey sense is going off. Something is telling me like, you better be out that door before the sun goes down. It's a vampire. So I'm walking towards the door because, like I said, I got this hunch. And I'm saying, it's a pleasure to meet you. I have a few more orders to deliver. I want to wish you a blessed rest of the day. When I tell you, this man almost floated out of the room, past me, till he was 5 feet from the door. And was like, tell me how to tip on the app. While he's directly looking me in my eyes. And when I tell you, no red lines with it, it was just straight red, and the eyes was blue, and his skin like turned like pale, and he was like, you don't have to leave if you don't want to, you can stay. And he's in front of the door. Left, to go around the door, I went left, he went left. While he's still talking, I went right. He went right, still talking. And he walked directly into my face while he was standing there. I was standing in the light, and he was kind of like standing dark. But when he stood directly like in front of me and made that step, I was able to see everything. And when I tell you it was the actual vampires for what I've been seeing, and my heart dropped. I almost pushed that man. Listen, I had to get out of there. Listen, when I seen that, I was like, no, I just, went and grabbed the door and I snatched it open. And listen, I was like, go. And because she was still standing there, because it was like as soon as I opened the door, she was finna do this right now. I was like, go. And then she took off running, and then she went to the car, and I got in the car. I was like, oh my God. Because I had a panic attack. Oh my God, I'm cracking the car. Like, what I'm saying? Put my phone there. Oh my God. She like, Mama, what? Mama, what? I'm like, oh my God. She was like, Mama, what? I said, it's a vampire. I said, listen, clock me out right now. She was like, where your phone? I was like, it's on the table. She's like, you gonna go back and get it? I said, I hope he enjoyed them groceries in that phone, because I am not going back to get it. When I tell you, there are some real things on this planet that they have put in cartoons, they have put in anime, that people think are fake. They are real. That is my story time. That time when I met a vampire.